Welcome to 3D Cars, where today we take a step back into the early 70s to talk about one of the most iconic cars ever built, the 1973 Volkswagen Beetle. This isn't just a car, it's a legend that touched the lives of millions around the world. By 1973, the Beetle had already become a global phenomenon, a car so recognizable that it needed no introduction. Its rounded shape, compact size, and cheerful personality made it more than just transportation, it was a cultural icon. The 1973 model year was an interesting one for the Beetle because it introduced a number of changes that reflected the shifting times. Safety regulations were becoming stricter in many countries, especially in the United States, and Volkswagen had to adapt. This was the year the Beetle gained larger, squared-off bumpers with rubber impact strips, a move that gave it a slightly more modern appearance without losing its familiar charm. At the back, the car received bigger rear lights, often called elephant's feet, because of their size and shape. These changes might sound small, but for enthusiasts, they marked a clear difference between earlier Beetles and those from 1973 onward. Mechanically, the 1973 Beetle stuck with what had always worked: the air-cooled, rear-mounted flat-4 engine. Depending on the market, the car came with engines ranging from 1,200cc to 1,600cc, producing anywhere from 40 to 60 horsepower. Those numbers may seem tiny today, but they were more than enough for the Beetle's mission. This was never about high performance, it was about reliability, efficiency, and simplicity. The Beetle was the car that just kept going, no matter what. Its air-cooled engine was famous for durability, and its simple design meant anyone with a basic set of tools could keep it running. That's part of the reason so many Beetles are still alive today. Inside, the 1973 Beetle kept its functional, minimalist approach. The dashboard was simple, the seats were durable, and there wasn't a lot of luxury. But that was exactly what people loved. This was a car for everyone, a car that young drivers, families, and first-time buyers could afford and enjoy. It didn't try to impress with gadgets or excess. Instead, it built trust through dependability and personality. Driving one gave you a sense of connection that modern cars often miss. By this point, the Beetle was breaking records. In 1972, it had officially surpassed the Ford Model T to become the most produced car in history. And by 1973, production was still climbing, with millions more being built across factories in Germany, Brazil, and Mexico. It had conquered the American market too, becoming the best-selling import and proving that small, efficient cars had a place in a land dominated by big V8 machines. Culturally, the Beetle was unmatched. It became a favorite among students and young people, especially in the counterculture movement of the 60s and 70s. Its small size and quirky design gave it a unique personality, and films like Disney's Herbie the Love Bug made it even more beloved. The Beetle wasn't just another car on the road, it felt like a companion, a friend with character. In 1973, as the world faced an oil crisis, the Beetle's economy made it even more relevant. While gas-guzzling muscle cars started to struggle, the Beetle thrived, proving that practicality and charm could win hearts just as much as horsepower. Driving the 1973 Volkswagen Beetle was a unique experience. It wasn't about speed or luxury but about simplicity and joy. The 4-speed manual gearbox, the hum of the rear engine, and the feeling of sitting behind that curved windshield created an experience no other car could replicate. Every journey felt like an adventure, whether it was a quick trip around town or a cross-country drive. For many owners, their Beetle wasn't just their first car, it was their first taste of freedom. Today, the 1973 Beetle is cherished by collectors and enthusiasts alike. Some restore them to original factory condition, while others customize them into Baja bugs, beach buggies, or even slam show cars. The Beetle's simplicity makes it endlessly adaptable, and its worldwide community of fans ensures it will never be forgotten. The 1973 Volkswagen Beetle was more than just a continuation of a car, it was a continuation of a legend. It represented everything that made the Beetle timeless: charm, reliability, and a design that never goes out of style. Even now, over 50 years later, the Beetle remains a reminder that sometimes the simplest cars make the biggest impact. Thanks for watching 3D Cars, and if you enjoyed this journey back to 1973 with the Volkswagen Beetle, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more classic car stories.